The establishment is digging into armored bunkers, mainly in New Zealand, where Obama is getting his bunker ready.
Why are all the billionaires heading to New Zealand? Do they know something that we don't?
In fact, an advisor apparently has bought a New Zealand citizenship and several thousand acres of lakefront property in New Zealand. He has a bolthole. There's a great article this week in the New Yorker about how the tech community is planning for Doomsday.
And I said that a lot of folks are increasingly going to the Southern Hemisphere. And among the world's rich, New Zealand is the prime choice of a place to go.
Increasingly, the world's rich are choosing New Zealand as a safe bolt hole. Americans snapping up half the 46 house lots for sale in this elite development at Tiarai.
Well, hello tubers. Today we're coming to you from the great city of sails, otherwise known as Auckland, New Zealand. And today we're going to talk about why the rich, the shameless, and the Illuminati are choosing New Zealand for that Armageddon getaway, or when the shit hits the fan. I'm going to tell you why, after having my boots on the ground, why this is the place for you to go. Forget hunkering down in some cold North American city, hoping that your ammunition don't run out. No, come here. So let's go straight through the bullet points, so to speak. First of all, strategic location. This place has no strategic value for military purposes. It's not going to be targeted for thermonuclear destruction. Okay? Number 2, climate. You can grow pretty much everything you need here year-round. Often you don't need much heat or air conditioning depending on where you are in the islands, North Island, South Island. And speaking of resources, this country can grow ample food for the very small population that it has, which is an advantage. And growing all the food in the world doesn't make much difference if they can't get the food to you, which is yet another reason why New Zealand rocks, because the distances aren't that vast. Thirdly, Kiwis are friendly. This is an immigration-based society. Nobody is really from here. Even the Maori came here, I don't know, what, 700,000-800,000 years ago? So everybody's an immigrant. And they speak English here. Access to funds is very, very important. I know my Canadian bank has a strategic alliance with a bank down here, so I can get my money, more money for me if the shit hits the fan. Keep in mind there are proceeds of crime money laundering laws in place, so packing more than 10,000 bucks in or out of this country can get you in trouble if you don't declare it. But you can bring as much as you want if you declare it, and you can prove where you got it from. And getting back to the size of New Zealand, I don't want you to think it's small, because it's not. It's about the size of California. So there's still places for you to hide. It's not like the nearest food away is 2,000 miles if things go bad. I would say New Zealand is right-sized, if you know what I'm saying.
Believe what I say, we're all gonna pay.
Now, I am not one of those religious apocalyptic people, but I do believe we're headed for some serious economic crisis, especially given the tremendous amount of U.S. federal debt, U.S. state debt, U.S. corporate debt, U.S. personal consumer debt, U.S. student loan debt. Eventually, if you don't be paying this stuff down, there's going to be a collapse. There'll be mass unemployment, there'll be hysteria, there'll be problems. And New Zealand is the place to be if there're going to be problems. At least it's on my #1 list now. Now you add to the fact that New Zealand has probably one of the top lowest crime rates in the world. It's actually safer than Canada, if you can believe that. So something else to think about in terms of the strategy. And keep in mind, the land of the Kiwi is only 12 to 16 hours away by direct flight. Keep your passport with you at all times. Be ready to evacuate and come down here. Now, you do not have to be part of the rich and famous or Illuminati. You could be shameless like me. I'd say surviving in New Zealand would be no problemo on several G-notes a month. Less if you just want to hide and do nothing, but that's your prerogative. So, factoring in food resources, low population, safe population, proximity to food, ability to grow food, I think New Zealand is the nexus of where you want to be. Where is your go-to point if the shit hits the fan? So, if you got to get out of Dodge, where you going, folks? Put your comments down below. Love to know. Of course, never give the exact location of where you're headed, because that's just foolish. In the meantime, folks, stay safe and keep your wheels in the ground. I'll talk to you soon.